All right, so this is my grocery haul. Super little, I know. I already had a lot already here, so I am still working through what I already have before I actually start replenishing our cabinets with just healthy things and what I want to actually meal prep with. I'll address that. So me and Nick have a very bad habit that when we get stressed out during the week, or I just don't want to cook dinner, or whatever excuse it is, we will go out to eat. So to try and get out of that habit this week, to not do that, if we get to that point and I'm just stressed out or whatever it might be, that will be dinner or a filler meal or whatever. Not the best thing at all. Totally acknowledge that. But it's a start. It's a process. This is not a diet for me. This is a life change. I want to make it work. I want to stick it out. So I am going to do and introduce small changes, which become habits, and overall will be where I land. So this is what I bought. I am about to start meal prepping for the week. So you're going to see me do different recipes. And I am going to start pulling different ingredients. But I just wanted to show what I actually bought for groceries this week. So stay tuned if you'd like to see what I'm going to be meal prepping, and we will go from there. Alright guys, so I am making pulled chicken for Nick's lunches this week. So I have already rinsed, made sure there's no bones, washed chicken, all blah blah blah, all that good stuff. I put about 3 pounds of chicken breast in the Instapot. I am going to season it with a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to do a teaspoon of ground black pepper. Oh, dang. And I'm going to add a cup of water. Alright, so as far as cooking it, after I do all of that prepping, I'm going to do pressure cook, and I'm going to do it for 30 minutes. And it is going to go ahead and build up its pressure. It is sealed, and we're just going to wait till it's done. And we're going to let it do its natural pressure release. I am going to now boil eggs for a snack throughout the week, just so that I can grab and go. These are the ones that I typically use. And per each day, I'm going to do 2. And I'm going to do 5 days worth, actually 6. Alright guys, so I am now going to move on and make mine and Nick's overnight oats. I actually saw this recipe from a girl on TikTok. I'll actually link it below only because I can't totally remember what it was. Alright, so to start it, I am going to use a 1/3 cup of old-fashioned oats. I am going to do a tablespoon of chia seeds. I'm going to do a teaspoon of vanilla. I am going to do a 1/2 cup of unsweetened vanilla almond milk. Ooh. I am going to do a, this is dirty, let me rinse it. Teaspoon of chocolate chips. These are semi-sweet ones. I'm going to chop up this banana and put half of it in one, the other half in the other. Alright. And the last thing is a tablespoon of, I use the Smart Balance creamy peanut butter. Okay, so these are what they're gonna look like when they're done. I just kind of do a little stir. You don't really have to, I just kind of mix it. I'm going to put these in the fridge, and in the morning we are going to heat them up for a minute and eat them. So it's a quick out the door if you need it to be, grab to work or whatever. So I just finished the overnight oats and my water is coming to a boil. So I went ahead and set a timer for 11 minutes since they weren't quite boiling. That way they'll be done about the 10-minute mark. Okay, so I drain out all the hot water. I know everybody has their own ways to do eggs, but I just kind of break it up and then put cold water in there. I'm going to let it sit for a second, let them cool down just a slight bit, and then I'm going to start peeling them. And then I'm going to put them in a container and then grab and go during the week for a snack. So it is all done as far as the chicken in the Instapot. I let it naturally release for about 15 minutes and then I just released the rest of the pressure manually. So I'm going to open it up. And one moment, very steamy. So that is what it looks like once it's done after the 30 minutes and the natural release. I'm going to now take them out and shred the chicken. Alright, so I took the chicken out of the Instapot. It is already falling apart and it is very tender. So I'm just going to get it all shredded up and then I will separate it into individual containers for Nick and add the barbecue sauce. And I will come back and show you that part when I get there. Okay, so I've put a cup of the shredded chicken in each of these containers. I'm doing 6 of them for him. I'm then going to take the remaining juice from where they cooked in the Instapot, and I'm going to do about half of a quarter cup. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. I just want it to remain kind of juicy when he heats them up during the week because nobody wants disgusting chicken. So just trying to add a little bit of moisture in there. And again, roughed it, just kind of measured it out that way. What I'm going to do now is add G. Hughes sugar-free barbecue sauce. The serving size is 2 tablespoons, so I'm going to measure that out onto each and coat it on top. I am then going to start working on the Brussels sprouts to add to it because I'm not just going to feed them that. So let me go ahead and measure out the 2 tablespoons into each of these containers and then we'll get started on the Brussels sprouts. So let's get started on the Brussels sprouts. I have a pound in this one and then about a pound in this one. It's 2 pounds in total, and I'm going to go ahead and chop off the buttoned. I'm going to halve them and put them in the strainer, and we're going to rinse them and wash them off, and then I'll come back and show you how I season them. So I have preheated the air fryer at 375 while I was rinsing the Brussels sprouts. I am going to go in with a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. Actually, I'm going to do half a teaspoon. I'm going to do a half teaspoon of ground black pepper. I'm going to do a tablespoon of Mrs. Dash salt-free garlic and herb seasoning blend. And I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Then I'm going to give it a good shake. I'm going to put about half in the air fryer. Sprinkle it in. And I'm going to put it back in the air fryer. So at 375, we're going to do it for 15 minutes in total. So about halfway, I'm just going to start at 7 minutes because it's close enough. And then I will shake the basket just to kind of disperse it a little differently, and then we will put it back on for about another 7 minutes. So it's been 7 minutes, and I'm gonna put them in for another 7 minutes. He likes them crispy, so I probably would have stopped here, but he likes, like I said, crispy, so I'll put it in for another 7 minutes. All right, so I have, this is the second batch. I ended up putting it in for less because Nick changed his mind on how crispy he wanted it. This was a bigger batch than the first one, so I'm just going to put it in for about another 3 minutes. And that's going to make it about, I'd say 10 minutes in total. Alright. So I am putting about a half a cup into it. I just kind of take the remaining amount and evenly disperse it until they're all full. Okay, so his lunches are now all prepped for the week. I'm going to go ahead and put the lids on them, and that way he can just grab them on his way to work and he will heat them up for lunch. Okay, we've come to the last thing that I'm going to meal prep for today. I'm going to do my lunch, which is tuna. I'm going to put it on the bread, of course, tomorrow, but I'll go ahead and do the mixture. I already chopped up an egg and I drained the tuna that's in water. So I'm just going to put it in this bowl. I usually use the light mayo, but this is just what we have. So I'm going to be using that. Wasn't sure if it was already opened. And 1 tablespoon. And then I'm going to toss in the egg that I chopped up. And I will mix it together. And totally almost forgot the salt and pepper, so I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit of each. And then I'm done. Okay guys, so we've reached the end of my video. I have meal prepped everything that I'm going to for the week. I have decided instead of doing individual vlogs for each day, I'm just gonna do one big vlog video each week and post them on Sunday mornings. So you're gonna see my Monday through Saturday as far as my eating, my updates, just kind of where I am mentally with it, as well as my workouts, and we will go from there. So until this Sunday or following Sunday, we will go from there, but yeah. So I hope you enjoyed. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, definitely post them below. If you haven't already subscribed or liked this video, please do that as well. I'm super excited for this journey and I'm grateful for anybody who wants to go along with it. So I hope you have a great and amazing week. Just hang in there. We're all gonna make it. But other than that, I will see you then.